Hello, everybody. Today we are talking about the mouth. So, the mouth is the opening in the lower part of the human face, surrounded by the lips as well as the cheeks. It has a teeth and a tongue. The organ is the organ of the taste sense. So, it is there to act as an entrance to the digestive tract. Parts of the mouth, such as the teeth, start the process of breaking down food so that it can be absorbed by the body for energy. Other parts, such as the tongue, will help with tasting food and speaking. Yes, it's very difficult to speak if you do not have a tongue. Actually, you will be muted. So, parts of the mouth, as well as the other organs that we've been studying before, we have parts that you can see from outside, and then you have other parts that you have to check deeper. So, we have the outer parts of the mouth are the lips, of course, which you have two of them, upper lips and bottom lip. You have the teeth, which you can see those white pearlies that you have there. You cannot see it. Also, you can check out the tongue and the gums on top of your teeth. But you cannot check this so well, which is the hard palate and the soft palate. And in between them, you can have the uvula. And then you can find the tonsils. Some of you may have been removed the tonsils away because they were sick or ill. So the lips are the entrance to the mouth, and they're made of the skin and some muscle and mucous membranes. The muscle called the orbicularis oris causes the lips to open and close, allowing a person to eat and to open their mouth to speak. The lips play a big role in forming the sounds of many words and letters. The palate, which are inside the top of the mouth, is made up of the hard palate near the front of the mouth and the soft palate that is deep inside the back. The hard palate separates the mouth from the area of the nose, while the soft palate keeps food and drink from going down the wrong pipe, which are there together. The esophagus, okay, or down the airway instead of the esophagus, which leads the stomach. So you can find that the muscle found in the middle of the mouth, it's the tongue. And it plays a big role in helping people form sounds and tasting foods. This is the organ of the taste. It's actually just the tongue. The tongue has a top surface called the dorsal surface and a bottom surface called the ventral surface. The dorsal surface is covered in bumps, and those little bumps that you can check out after the class by sticking your tongue and checking it in a mirror. They're little bumps and they're called papillae. They may differ in size and perhaps in a little color. They help people move the pieces of food through their mouth, but they also help people taste this food. Some of the bumps or papillae contain taste buds, and when a person is born, they have about 10,000 taste buds. But you can lose up to half of them when you grow up. Each taste bud detects a particular flavor, such as sweet, bitter, sour, and salty. That's why kids are oh, more receptive or sensitive to some flavors. They have more taste buds. People, when they grow up, perhaps can accept sour taste or even hot taste because they have lost almost half of them. So they're not as sensitive as a kid. So this piece of soft tissue that hangs in front of your throat, it's called the uvula, and it has side to side the tonsils. The gum that is found inside the mouth is covered covering the jawbone and the teeth sockets, and they help protect the teeth. And the teeth are those white pearls, like they're called, that stick it from your mouth and they help you chew and break up your food. So everybody has two sets of teeth throughout life. How does taste bud work? Okay, the tongue uses this taste bud. I am here pointing out in this picture some of the main path that you may find the taste buds. And there are sensors to determine the different kinds of food, and then they send these taste signals to the brain. And there in the brain, they can tell you that if whatever you're eating or tasting is of different flavors. So far, we have four flavors. Although some people are including a new flavor, but the most important are bitter, sour, salty, and sweet. That's the one we all like from. Okay, these flavors can be tasted from any part of this taste bud. So here are the basic taste. So we have the sweet, that it's the taste that you get like a piece of cake. You have sour, that it's stingy like a lemon. You have salty, that it's like salt. And it's some kind that's bitter, like a cup of coffee, okay, or some kinds of chocolate that are bitter. They may kick a little. And how do you taste? There's a combination of the four basic tastes, and that's what I was telling you, that it's called umami. That's the new one they're adding. And it's like a taste that detects foods with glutamate. Different parts of the tongue can detect all types of taste. You can see there in the picture a taste bud that has been amplified through the microscope, and it looks like a little bump there. So, the actual organ of the taste is called the taste bud, which are located in the tongue. And they're receptor cells that live there only for 1 to 2 weeks, and then they're replaced by new receptor cells. As we age, this cycle may be slower. That's why we are losing taste buds, and the receptor cells may not be as sharp as when we are young. And then this receptor can respond to the other taste, but it responds strongest to a particular taste. So we need to care for our taste buds as well as we have been taking care to the other organs. We have to protect your tongue from hot and spicy food. Okay, hot doesn't mean that it's not cold. It's talking about the heat that produces the chilies or some devices that are or pepper that are too hot to your tongue. So you have to keep your mouth clean. It's important that you don't only clean your teeth, but also you have to remove the waste from your tongue. So you have to brush your teeth and your tongue. Don't forget to brush your tongue. So you need to use a tongue cleaning routine and also end it with the mouthwash, which helps clean it. You should add spices and herbs to your diet, which because they increase the sense of your taste. And you need to hydrate and drink a lot of water. Some of the mouth problems may involve canker sores or cold sores, dry mouth, gum disease. Also, you can get tongue sores. Those are little bumps or sores that get into your tongue, as well as you can get them in your lips. You can also have dry mouth, which is a condition that you need to get checked. You could get gum disease, which will affect not only your mouth but your teeth, and you can get a mouth or neck or throat or head cancer, and also you can have problems with your salivary glands. So if any of these happen, you should go to the medical attendant, which we now know that it's the ENT because it's the ear, nose, and throat. And do you remember the other fancy name? Yes, the otolaryngologist. Okay, which specializes in the care and treatment of the area below the brain and above the lungs, which include your mouth. So there's some interesting facts. The average length of a human tongue is 4 inches, but it is the strongest muscle in the body, and it's the only muscle that it's attached only to one end. Humans have unique tongue prints. If we take pictures out of our tongues, the prints that you can devise there won't be the same for everybody. It's like a fingerprint, unique. Scientists probably know less about this sense than any other, even though the hearing and seeing, which are more complex. Just like some people can see or hear, some people can't smell. It's called anosmia. As you grow older, your sense of smell tends to get worse. So, if your sense of smell tends to get worse, your sense of taste will also worsen. Delicious, yummy, stale, awful, terrible, unsavory, bland are just some few many words to describe how food tastes. And these are words that can also describe smells because the smell and the taste are linked together, like I've told you before. The inside of your mouth contains as many bacteria as there are people on earth, believe it or not. Some of those bacteria are friendly bacteria, but some others you have to get rid by cleaning, brushing, flossing, and using mouthwash. So that's all, folks. See you next class.